Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Conduits channel. I am here to do a divine masculine reading for you today. It is a longer reading. We're going to look at your energy and your divine masculine's energy, along with any kind of karmic stuff, what your connection is, a little bit about your journey, past, present, and future, what you can expect, so on. So, stay tuned. I think you'll enjoy it. Also, if you could and you enjoy our readings, please like and subscribe. It really helps us a lot with our algorithm and helps our channel to grow. I really would like to start to grow the channel beyond where it's at right now and get us up to around 3,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already done so and you want to support us, please do. One more thing while we're shuffling these cards. We do have a pretty big sale happening right now. It's only going to last for a couple of more days, but tarot readings are 50% off, as well as personal coaching calls. So tarot readings are pretty inexpensive. We have 30-minute, 60-minute, and 90-minute tarot readings, as well as 2-hour live tarot readings. So you can get a one-on-one and a tarot reading live, with me. And those are all 50% off. I've never done 50% off on a live tarot reading before. I usually discount those less, but I'm including them all right now as part of our Black Friday, Cyber Monday discounts for the year. So they will not go this low again until next year. So if you've been on the fence and you want to try that out, right now would be a great time to purchase them. We do have group calls as well. So if you guys are interested in a group membership, be a part of the private Facebook group, as well as having 4 hours a week in group coaching calls. They're really, really good, you guys. Then we have that as well. All that stuff is in the description box below, and the coupon code for that is Black Friday. All right. You guys have met someone pretty incredible and embarked on this journey that we refer to as the twin flame journey. But the truth is it's really a spiritual journey. We label it, and I've started to become less fond of labels, as I have progressed on my own journey, because I've started to understand the limitations that labels place on things. Once we've labeled something, we kind of stop looking at it with curiosity. And something about this journey is we have to continue to look at it with curiosity, because it's not something that you've ever gone through before. It's not something that you'll ever experience with anyone else. And it's not something that will look like anyone else's journey. So you can't really, you can say I'm on a twin flame journey, but there is so much to that includes and encompasses so many other things. And so to just say, oh, I'm on a twin flame journey, I think puts a lot of limitation on what this journey really actually is for you. It encompasses much, much more beyond just the connection between your twin flame and you. Now, your twin flame and you ignite this connection, this awakening. The connection between the two of you ignites this awakening. And it does happen for both of you. It happens for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. This is a merging or a reunification of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which have appeared in separation, even though separation is actually an illusion. Waking up to that is extraordinarily confusing. It's like, You've come here, you've been under the veil or the illusion of the physical form and the mental body. And when you're waking up in the morning and you're all kind of groggy and things don't make sense and you're sometimes bumping into walls and, you know, you sometimes don't even know where you're at, right? We've all had moments like that where we've woken up and just not been all together. Your awakening is kind of like that. This is a remembrance of who you are, who you were, but not really were. Where's the wrong word for it? But you could say who you were before you were under the veil, right? But who you were before you were under the veil is actually who you are, and that's what the awakening process is. And it's meant to happen in your life when it's meant to happen, and nobody knows the time or the place that will happen. So we have to do it, or it just happens to us, right? It's not something that we do. It's something that happens to us or for us in the divine timing that it was meant to. All right, so at the bottom of the deck today, we have, let's see, I am pretty sure that this is 5 of Wands. Yeah, this is definitely got to be 5 of Wands here. Sorry, this is my Labyrinth deck. Okay, so the Labyrinth movie is phenomenal. There's so much spiritual stuff going on in the movie The Labyrinth. It's so cool. It's all about the hero's journey, which is what tarot cards are all about, which is why I specifically sought out this deck, because the hero's journey, the fool's journey, the tarot, the spiritual awakening, all that stuff is all really one and the same, just different labels that, are all referencing the same stuff. And then also, if you don't know this, all throughout history, in many, many different cultures, the labyrinth, not the maze, because there is a difference between a maze and a labyrinth, has been a symbol of spiritual awakening. And so there is a correlation in all of that. But anyway, because this is the labyrinth deck, it takes a little bit of getting used to as far as what card is what. So I'll explain that to you along the way. So these are your wands here. And at the bottom of the deck today, we do have 5 of Wands. So let me get you your numerology number. So with 5 of Wands being at the bottom of the deck, we have an overall for this reading today of we're feeling some kind of like a rivalry or something going on. There's challenges that are being faced and a lot of obstacles that need to be overcome. And it may serve your divine masculine and you well to kind of look at it beyond the trivial, mundane, everyday things into almost like a game, the game of life, right? Now, Florence Scovel Shinn has a wonderful book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. I highly recommend that you find that on YouTube and listen to it. It is such a wonderful book. It's all about being a co-creator, being a manifester, which is what your awakening is awakening you to, okay? That's the ultimate revelation in all of this, is that you create your reality. So there's a lot to that. There's a whole process of going from being a caterpillar to going into the chrysalis and then becoming a butterfly. You're going through that transformational process right now. And that's a great book to start with. All right, so your numbers for today are 4 and 2, 42, or 24, or you could say 6 if you add them together. All right, so recent past, your divine masculine has the Lovers. Okay, so on this deck it's called the Dancers, but it is the Lovers. And so with this card showing up in recent past, there has been a deep, deep connection that your divine masculine has experienced with someone. I'm going to presume, but I don't know what the cards are going to say as we progress throughout this, but the inkling or the intuition that I have toward this is that this connection is what they experienced with you. Okay, and this was a profound connection that was rooted with deep love and a feeling of, when I'm around this person, I feel better, more whole, more complete, stronger, centered in just everything in life. You represented a breath of fresh air for your divine masculine, that where they could just be themselves, which gave them a feeling of wholeness that being in other situations and in other relationships they didn't have, because they always kind of had to hold up a certain type of mask in order to be able to conform and fit in. They didn't need to do that with you. Now, maybe at times they may have had, especially toward, the time of separation kind of coming up, maybe some of the feelings and the tendencies toward putting that mask on may have come up again for your divine masculine. But the relationship with you, what they discovered is that the mask was not necessary. If anything, the mask hindered the connection with you, and they became very sensitive, having experienced that with you, to situations and relationships and experiences that weren't coming from such a pure place. It really started to make some of the other relationships that were maybe built upon a weaker foundation, or maybe more of a toxic type of connection. It really made that stand out to your divine masculine. In the karmic situation, we have the Hanged Man and the Hermit. So with these two cards together, it really does kind of confirm what this card right here is pointing toward. The connection with you caused your divine masculine to go into a deep place of contemplation in their karmic life and situation. Am I really where I want to be? Is this really what I want to do? Is this really what I want to experience? Lots of deep questions are coming up, and your divine masculine felt very strongly that they needed to step away from everyone and everything in order to gain the clarity that they needed. They needed to go into a place of self-isolation. That doesn't mean that they've stopped being in whatever relationships they've been in, or going to work, or being a parent, or whatever it is that they've got obligations for. But inside of themselves, anyone who's close to them, whether it was you or a karmic partner, a boss, a family member, parents, even their own children, could really sense that there was that your divine masculine was almost closed off, emotionally distant, just not connected in the same way that they had been. And that's because all of that attention and energy was going toward this self-contemplation of, looking at choices that have been made and the foundations that have been built, and, the world that they have been working toward. Is it really actually what they want? Is it really truly in alignment? Everything about meeting you caused your divine masculine to question everything in their reality. And that is a scary place for anyone to go into. Okay, so of course your divine masculine responded to that with needing some distance and some space for self-reflection. And that may have created a little bit of, chaos, or some hurt feelings, or some frustration to other people, probably also including you, divine feminine. Now, toward you, we have the Magician and Page of Feathers. So, and I forgot to explain to you what feathers is. Okay, so feathers is swords. So we have the Magician and Page of Swords. The energy that your divine masculine in the past has had toward you is one of feeling like there's something very inspiring about the relationship with you. This also, on both sides of this card, confirms what this card was pointing toward. Again, something about the connection with you makes them feel more in tune to reality. It makes them feel extremely inspired, and a feeling of like they really know who they are. And I think it's because they can be who they are without real judgment. And there's something about you that even if there were times where your stuff came up and you maybe did judge them, they don't feel like the judgment that's coming from you is like, how do I explain it? They don't feel like it's rooted from anything for the wrong reasons, right? Like they know that you have their best interest at heart, and they can see through your fears and insecurities with clarity as well. So there's something about being around you and your energy that makes them feel so in tune with who they really are and their intuition that they feel that they can see beyond their own ego, and then they can see beyond any ego stuff that's come up for you into who you truly are as well. This has been and I think you're probably feeling a lot of that as well. And even when things come up that like make them feel triggered or frustrated or upset, there's a deep knowing underneath it all that everything is going to be okay. They kind of just know that you're always going to be there. And that's not in a like narcissistic kind of way, like, oh, this person just is always going to be there so I can just do whatever I want. It's actually quite different. It's that they know that there is a deep connection between the two of you, and there's so much clarity behind it that they are okay with letting things happen the way that they're meant to happen. It seems like your divine masculine, for those of you that are attracted to this reading, maybe even prior to having met you, went through some personal growth or something that made them almost have a little bit of a pre-awakening. They're far more in tune and in touch. Like, some people say that divine masculines never wake up, or they say that divine masculines are the matrix twin, or they say that that they're never spiritual people. And that's just not the case. Sometimes your divine masculine is very spiritual, has a deep connection to source already has walked the path for a period of time, and in some ways may even almost feel like they're further ahead than you. And I don't mean that with any disrespect. They may feel like they're further ahead in their journey than you at times. And maybe they are, okay? Because that does happen sometimes, contrary to what is sometimes circulating in the twin flame community. I've spoken with, thousands of divine feminines, and it is often the case that a divine masculine can actually be further ahead in their awakening process than the divine feminine. And so there can be a strength and stability, like a subtle confidence that doesn't make sense to the divine feminine, and causes the divine feminine to question themselves when they're going through the awakening. Like, why are they so okay with this? Why is everything fine? Why are they not worried about it? Maybe it's because on a deep intuitive level, they know everything's going to be okay, and they're okay with allowing that process. And they've got a deep trust for things working out the way that they're meant to be. Okay, so in present moment here, we have Two of Pentacles in reverse. Something right now is continuing what feels like a separation phase for the two of you. It feels like your divine masculine is not willing to commit, and that they're struggling and overwhelmed. Or maybe they don't seem like that at all, but it's you that's going through some of those emotions, and they're not able to get, and it may be because they're in a place that they're not willing to commit right now. That's causing like a lot of upheaval in you, divine feminine. And so there's definitely something there energetically that is still causing a polarization between the two of you that is unsettling, probably for both twins involved. In the karmic situation here, we have in the reverse seven of Seven of Wands, and sorry, I had to look at it for a second. And then also Three of Coins. And so, and they're both in reverse. Sorry, sometimes it takes me a minute to, like, when these cards are new here. This is a newer deck for me, so forgive me. So with this energy in the karmic situation, you're looking at someone who has weak boundaries. There's some toxicity that they've been dealing with that has really come to light in the karmic situation that your divine masculine has been dealing with. It stands out like a sore thumb to them, and they don't feel like they feel like this relationship, whatever it is that they've been dealing with, again, this could be something that they may not be actively involved in with a person, but they may be still very emotionally entangled or distraught or hurt. There's a lot of healing that needs to take place, whatever this relationship was. Or maybe they're still currently in it and they're still in the process of untangling themselves from it and breaking up and moving out or getting a divorce or whatever it is. Whatever it is, it feels very messy to your divine masculine. They feel very overwhelmed by it. They're not quite sure how to react and respond to the things that are happening, to the communication that's happening. They're not even sure how to respond to their own thought processes around it. Like something feels very off and very toxic in the karmic situation that your divine masculine is dealing with. Toward you, divine feminine, we have an energy of like fresh hope, which is what the Fool stands for, right? The Fool is taking a leap into a new experience, something different than what they've been going through before. It's a new beginning. You give them a hope for some kind of a new beginning. You give them a hope for something better than what they've already gone through. Maybe you're bringing up dormant parts of your divine masculine that they had maybe thought, that'll never happen to me, or I'm not good enough for that, or there's no way that this could happen in my life, or I'm too old for this now, or whatever it is. They definitely have been feeling with you that there is like a renewed hope for those things. They're starting to feel like maybe what they had previously given up on should be rethought or re-looked at, or maybe they should start taking more action steps toward making that happen. If they've been in a dead relationship for a while, it could be that you've awoken a passion in them that they had probably forgotten even existed. And it makes them feel more alive than they've ever felt. Now, again, if you could, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate the support. Okay, so near future for your divine masculine, we have a confidence, a renewed confidence in them that it looks like it's come from this whole process that they've been through, where they are feeling like they can go out and kind of conquer the world. They're feeling like they can move into a place in their life where they are able to accomplish and manifest what they want and desire. And so they're zeroing in and focusing more on a bullseye than they ever have before. They've taken scattered energy that came from their karmic situation, and they've learned how to kind of uh, zero in and pinpoint what they want. And they've learned enough of what they don't want that they can avoid obstacles that may be standing in their way. Things that have tripped them up in their past, which reminds me of the energy that we had early on in the reading. Things that have tripped them up in the past, they can parkour over now. Right? If you guys are not familiar with what parkouring is, look it up. It's very talented people that can get over any obstacle. They're kind of like, real life Spider-Mans. They can, jump so far and jump over things and climb things that to the average person seems impossible. But they're extraordinarily talented, and it took time. It didn't happen overnight. When they first started out learning how to do that, it was extraordinarily difficult. They had to build up endurance and strength and muscle memory, and just they had to learn by trial and error over and over and over again. Your divine masculine's done that, and now they're at a place where they're able to glide through obstacles with so much more ease. And that's because they're stepping into their power. I see this as a result of the energy exchange between the two of you. If this is happening for your divine masculine, of course, because the two of you are one, it's also happening for you. Now, the 3D story behind how all of it's happening and the way that it's playing out may be different for the two of you, but the energy behind it is the same. Toward the karmic in the near future, we have the Death card, which in this deck is Fate, and then we have 5 of Swords in reverse. So there's some things that have been learned that we've definitely seen indicated throughout this entire reading. These 2 cards really complement what this card right here is saying. Big changes now because of this card right here and the place of where the growth has come. There's a self-actualization that's taken place right here with your divine masculine, which ultimately, of course, means that everything in the 3D world that they had experienced and built up until then, it's there's a huge rearranging taking place. So there's breakups happening. There could be potentially divorce happening at this point. If they've already been out of a relationship, they have completely let go of it and have moved on, and healing has taken place. Massive transformation and healing is going on in your divine masculine's life at this point. But the cool thing is that even though some of the things that are happening to them, other people would be falling apart, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. I lost my job, or I'm moving to a different state or even a different country, or, I'm going through a divorce and moving and losing my job and all. There's probably some big stuff going on in your divine masculine's life, because it's not just a few subtle changes. This is massive overhaul of your divine masculine's life that is going to be taking place. And they're completely at peace with it. It's chaos and turmoil all around them, but inside they're totally centered, totally healthy. The inner work that they've done at this point is allowing them to go through this process with so much grace and ease. People may not even recognize them at this point, because of the internal shift that's taken place. And that's because everything on the outside that was built up more around the toxicity and the old energy and the person that your divine masculine, the lessons that needed to be learned, right? The world, their 3D world had kind of formed out of that energy. But as within, so without. And so as your divine masculine went through an inner transformation as a direct result of the twin flame connection with you, their whole 3D world now is shifting and rearranging. Of course that's going to happen, but that's because all the stuff that's no longer in alignment with them has to go in order for all the stuff that is in alignment with them to come in. Okay, so your divine masculine just knows this. They just know it, and they have this intuitive connection to knowing that everything is working out. That's pretty incredible. So, toward you in the near future, we have Knight of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune. There's definitely a turning point where what the two of you have experienced as far as separation is going to come to a close. That can look like a lot of different things. So it's important, Divine Feminine, to let go of expectation of what that is supposed to look like and just allow it to be revealed to you. This is where trust and faith is going to, like cultivating those things, and your connection to source is really going to pay off for you, Divine Feminine. Because with all the craziness that's going on in the outside world, you have to ignore that, and you have to trust that stillness within you. You have to trust the higher self. You have to be the higher self. Okay, that's what your ascension is all about, is going from thinking that you are the little me and recognizing that you are something much, much deeper than that. You're far more than just human. That's not incredible. It is. But you're so much more than that. You are something deeper. And putting your trust and faith in that is going to be the key for you, Divine Feminine, to experience this with the same type of grace and ease that your Divine Masculine is. Divine Masculine looks at you as inspiration for their journey, and you do as well. But the truth is that when you're looking at each other as the inspiration for your journey, you're really looking in the mirror at yourself, because you and your Divine Masculine are one. So as different things are happening to the two of you, it's no different than my two hands right now doing different things, touching different things. But they're playing the same, they're both doing it for the higher self, the wholeness. So what you're going through, what your Divine Masculine going through with this reconciliation of the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine energy, that merging, you're both playing your part. And it's important to allow that to happen. So your Divine Masculine and you are going to have this turning point, and it's going to bring you and your Divine Masculine to a place of closeness and connection that you thought you felt. Now it's beyond that. Something much, much deeper than what you've already experienced with them. So, be prepared, but don't be worried. When I say be prepared, I don't mean that like, be prepared, this is going to be a doozy. I mean, be prepared that this is something that is just part of the ascension process. It's not anything that you actually have to do anything about. It's more of a place of just being and allowing. The mind will want to try to come in sometimes and interfere, but it's not anything that the mind can do anything about. It's something that is going to completely come from the heart. It's going to come from the soul. It's going to come from that connection to source and to the divine. So if there's anything that you could say that you should do, it would just be follow the light within. Okay, don't worry about what's going on with your divine masculine. Don't worry about what's going on in the world around you. Take action when you have inspired action. But be in a place of peace and harmony within the self and just absolute trust of the divine connection that you have with all things. Okay, let the divine guide you on this journey. And you and your divine masculine are going to come back together at that point. Okay? They are doing the work even when it seems like they're not. They really are. All right, Divine Feminine, let's get you a oracle card today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It was a little longer, but I think there was a lot of good stuff that needed to come out. I think this is a beautiful reading for you. Again, for those of you that are attracted to this reading, your divine masculine is doing some pretty incredible things as far as self-growth and personal growth. Even if it seems a little crazy and messy at times, I think that this is such a great indication that it's all happening as it should. All right, I'm going to grab just a random card out of here. All right. Ooh, I've never seen this one before. Bone Collector. What is this? It's number 1. Let's see what this has to say. If I can find it here. All right, here we go. You are whole and have everything you need within. Whole and complete. When the Bone Collector appears, she is asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we are wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation similar to the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable, or expect to be criticized. The Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need and you'll find act as if you have what you need and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible with awareness. The wounds of the past need not define you. The past has a way of repeating itself when you haven't learned the lesson of the original situation. You're faced with this now. The Bone Collector challenges you to see yourself as a whole being and not one who is perpetually trying to heal an old wound. You'll repeat the past if you don't reclaim the things you believe were lost. The information you seek lies in your history. Familiarity in this case isn't an invitation to dance the old dance once again. It is a call to retreat and choose differently. The Bone Collector has a message. If you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Her warning is delivered with kindness, for she has deep love and respect for you, and she will protect you. I think this is such a great reflection of showing the journey that your divine masculine and you have both been on. Healing old wounds over time. Separation gives us space in order to be able to heal those things within us, to really be able to take a deep, close look at who we are. And we saw that happening right here early on in this journey with your divine masculine, completely as a result of the awakening that's taking place by this awakening being ignited by that connection. Our twin flame is a catalyst, right? They teach us who we are. it's such a beautiful connection. And, as this reading went on, it really goes to show a lot of what this card right here is teaching us, which is that you are a co-creator. When you create from these old feelings, you get this old environment. When you create from something new, everything kind of falls out that doesn't align with that, and you now have a reality that you can embrace and invite in. But it's all of your own choosing, and it's all of your own creation. And that's what the twin flame journey is here to teach us. It teaches us this by the roller coaster ride that we go on with the divine masculine, and what they go on as well. Okay, they may not seem like that from your perspective, especially early on, but you'll start to see that there's so much truth in that as you progress on your journey and really start to focus in on yourself and allow your divine masculine the space to do that as well. I hope you guys appreciated the reading. When I say that, I mean I hope that it resonated with you. Again, thank you so much for supporting our channel. We love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.